All right, you guys, here we go. We are recording, and I'm going to introduce myself and a couple of beautiful ladies that are going to join us as I interview them. I am Stephanie Dunn. I am the number one earner of It Works, and I've been with the company for 11 years. Time flies when you're having fun. So I love that. And tonight's training is really called To the Top Training. And as I was thinking about, gosh, what can I share? Who can I bring on? What can we talk about? And really, it's all about gathering customers and distributors. The way that we get paid is just that, enrolling customers and distributors. And so I have two pretty incredible girls that are going to share tonight all their tips, their secrets, their success stories that they have of how they're recruiting, how they're changing up algorithms. If you don't know what an algorithm is, that's okay. We'll explain that. But I really wanted to get down to it and really get you guys some really think tips that you can leave this Zoom tonight and take and apply. So as you guys are watching these Zooms, and even if you go back and you're like, okay, I'm going to watch these, raising your standards, what are the things that you can do to be successful? And so sometimes one of the main things that you can do is just listen to these tips and then apply them. I think don't be afraid of doing the things that people are sharing, because I have people come on that are actually having success in here. So that's exciting that they're having so much success, and I know that you guys are going to love that. So to the top, why would I be talking a little bit about that? Is we want to talk about leveling up. So maybe you're brand new. And so I want to really introduce some of these amazing tips that we have on. If you're brand new, first off, welcome to the team. Welcome to the business. It's exciting. And we can't wait to have success. If you've been in for a while and you are finally like, you know what, I am ready, this is my time, then this is going to be the perfect Zoom for you too. And that's what I'm excited about, like making sure that you guys get that. Hey, Joel, it's not giving me, all right, I had to change my gallery view real quick. I'm like, where are my girls? Are they on? But I'm gonna get right down to it. I'm gonna give you a quick background, a little bit. You heard that I'm number one. I've not always been number one earner of the company. We all start the same way. We all start joining this business scared, nervous, like wondering what in the heck am I supposed to do? How can I grow in this business? How can I level up? How can I get to the top? And so everybody's top's going to look a little bit different, but there's plenty of room for everybody to just have to have mass success. But when I got started, I was broke. We were going through bankruptcy, my husband and I. Life was just really hard, and I was looking for more. I was looking for a way to make more income. Didn't have a college degree. Didn't have like something that I could go make extra income with without putting more time in. And I was making $10 an hour. So from that, I was like, how am I ever going to get ahead? Felt like my wheels were spinning, but I was willing to do the work. If somebody would have just showed me what to do, I was willing to do the work. And so what we're going to get down to tonight is showing you the work that you need to do to change your income and your life on what that looks like for you. And so I dove into every training, every phone call, looked in my back office, everything possible that I could do. I clicked on buttons, did all the things, and then I applied everything that I did. Now, it didn't always look good. It was always, like, oh my gosh, it's a learning curve. So give you guys some grace on this, because that's something that we're not professionals when we get started. Nobody really comes in this like, oh, I'm a rock star, like I'm a network marketer. It's very few. Most people get in thinking, if I could just maybe get product, get myself feeling better, maybe make a couple extra $100. That's where most people fall and come into this business. Now, some of you may be coming in and going, okay, I want to make thousands, and you can do that too. But we got to put the work behind that to get you there. And so these girls are putting in the work. They're showing up big. They're putting it out there, and they're just doing it. They're not looking left or right. And that's what I love about this business, about these girls right now, is they're so focused on not only their success of where they're going, but where their team's going. And so they don't have time to compare. And I think that's what's good, is when you're coming into these Zooms, guys, don't feel defeated. Learn from them and put a twist on it for yourself. Practice what they're doing and just really get in the game. And that's how you're going to have the success, is not overthinking like, gosh, but they look a certain way, or they're doing it this way. just take what you can and then run with it. I think that's one of the best things that I could share is I'm not looking left and right. I know where I'm going, and we're going to set up that plan. And we want you guys to be those mass enrollers. So the first one that I'm going to bring on tonight is Amy. Amy, I see you. Are you on? Can you unmute yourself or no? Let me see.
Yes.
Oh,
Hi.
okay, good. Yay. I'm excited because Amy, I've seen you in this business, grow up in this business. Actually, it's crazy to me. So I'll have you share a little bit about your story, and then really what's working over the last few months. I've seen a big shift in your business and jumping up in the levels again, and really deciding, okay, it's my time to take this out of the park. I'm not going to take your story, but give them a little bit of your story, how long you've been in, and then we'll get right down to some of these questions that I have for you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Amy. Actually, my last name is Pratt, not Trin. I just recently
Yeah,
got married in August. Yes. So sorry if I confused anyone. But yeah, Stephanie is right. She basically see me grew up. I started when I was 19 years old. I'm now 26. So I've been in the business for 7 years now. It's been like crazy. So I started as a full-time college student. I was also working at my parents' salon too. So I was busy, like I had a double major. So it's definitely possible, even if you are a full time college student, a mom, or even working, because now till this day, I still work full time. So there's definitely not an excuse that you can't do this business, because it's awesome because you can work it in between your daily schedule. Like you don't really have to take additional time to do it. You can do it on your break. You can do it like before your kids wake up, when your kids go to bed. Like that's why I love this business, because it's so flexible. So definitely like having a job or being a mom or whatever is definitely not an excuse. Like not being able to work your business, because like I'm an example that it definitely does work.
Yeah, I love that, you guys. That's a tip that I wasn't even gonna ask about, because we talked a little bit about time management last week and how you can work this business. And I think that's just a great segue, Amy, is you got to make a decision. You can get on these Zooms, you can get on all the trainings, but if you don't commit to some time to put aside and actually do these action steps, you won't have the success. And that's not trying to be mean. That's not trying to be like, oh no, this doesn't work. You have to put in the work to get the results. It's just like anything. An athlete doesn't get good by just sitting on the bench. He has to practice. And that's something that we're going to really start you guys off with tonight, is giving you even some scripts. I think that sometimes people are like, I don't even know where to start. What do I do? And so I know Amy is so good at keeping it simple, and she just really does a lot of boards and copies and paste. I'm not going to take that from her. Like, I'm going to let you feed into that a little bit, Amy. But where do you even start? So say I'm brand new, or maybe I've been in for 3 years and I'm just ready. Where do I begin? What should I do?
So for my new people, I always get them like right away to start messaging, like obviously their friends and family first. And then after that, we literally go right into host to post, because if you do host to post now, you're saying that it's not working. It really does work, because you have to be consistently doing it every single day. If you just do it for, 3 times a week or even 4 times a week, it's really not going to work, I guess you could say. So you have to do it every single day. And there's even some days where I get 10 hosts to post up and maybe 2 of them like have comments. So not every single day I'm going to be having those comments. So right away I get my new distributors to do host to post. And then after that, I get them posting on their stories daily, because for our stories, they only stay up, as you know, for only 24 hours. So any time or any moment in the day that you have that time to just literally throw up something on your stories, it takes like a couple seconds. You should be doing that. Even if it's like every hour, who cares? Just get it up, because it's going to be only up for 24 hours. And I love how it's literally only 24 hours, because you can literally post it like every hour, every 3 hours, whatever it is. I get them posting on there right away.
So I'm going to stop you right there. So host to post, you guys, you're going to ask that question, like, what's a host to post? I know that's going to come. There's training videos, host to post. You can go right to your team pages, go search that YouTube videos on host to post for beginners. If you don't know what that is, don't be afraid to ask. So if there's questions that come up and you're like, I need to ask, make sure you ask. But host to post is working. And I know that from her recruitments and what she's been able to do over the last couple of months being consistent. Now, when you're talking about stories, that's another key word. You guys write that down. Sometimes people don't even know. They're like, okay, I'm on Facebook. They see the little thing. They don't even realize that's a story. But this is really going to help lead in even when we bring in Eileen on algorithm. So stories. Okay. I don't know what to post. What should I post? Should I post my food? Should I post my dog? Should I just post all business? What should I post?
You should literally post like everything, like whatever you're doing throughout the day. Like if you're playing with your dogs, if you're playing with your kids, if you're making dinner, breakfast, like drinking your coffee, like mix it in, not only business, because people don't, especially like if you're new, people don't want you to think that you're just trying to sell them. So they want to see like your lifestyle, like you be authentic, and also you talking on your stories too. Because like what changed for me is me getting on my stories and getting on lives and stuff like that, because people want to see like your face, like, okay, who is Amy? Like, okay, I see her posting all these slides on her stories, but I want to see her face. So when I started to post on my stories, like I got a lot of interaction and people actually reaching out to me because like they see that I'm a real human being, like doing these real stuff throughout the day and also working the business.
Yeah, you guys. So it's scary. I think that's the thing is what holds people back is the fear of, oh my gosh, did I say too much? Did I, we're all gonna beat ourselves up, but that's what people love is the authentic you. So practice, get on there, just do something even as fun as like, okay, I'm mixing up my coffee today. Do you guys put, any creamers in it? You can ask questions. So try to not just think, oh my gosh, I got to dive right into it works and know everything. That's not the case. Amy just said, do some stories, get some content up. So that's kind of the basic stuff. So for those of you that are like, okay, I'm new and where do I even begin? That's a great place to start. But you heard her consistency and daily. You guys need to be reminded of this every single day because it takes time. It takes time for people to even see me. Some people have watched me for 11 years and they're finally ready. You just don't know when that's going to be. So just keep doing that. Uh, all right. Here's another thing that I love, and we talked a little bit at last week, but time management. So somebody might be like, "Oh my gosh, I have to have stories throughout the whole, every day. How do I do that?" There's a great thing that you could do is do content in a day. So do you create content like every day, or do you have like a dedicated time space in your calendar every week that you're like, this is content day?
Yeah, so especially for TikToks and Reels, I started doing it about 2 months ago, and I've been doing it consistently almost every single day. For the content, I know like a lot of people are busy like throughout the day, so I do pick 1 or 2 days out of the week and I make content. So I'll make like 10 videos or more so I can post them throughout the week. So like every day you don't have to worry about, making a video and posting it up. You can just add the words like really quick. But I like doing that because like I get to change my outfits every time I do a video, pretending like it's a different day, but it's really not. And like I'll take a video like in different rooms in my house or like change my hairstyle or whatever it is. But I like it because you can do like literally as much as you want. You can even do 20 videos on TikTok and just save it to your drafts. And then you can go back and just put words on it later throughout the day.
Yeah, so you guys, that's a great way for time management when you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do all of these things? It's really not a lot. It's committed time. So I want you to make sure that you print off your calendar. You guys can get your steps to success in your back office too on even where to begin on getting some customers. But I used to always flip my steps to success over and have a calendar on the back, or if you have to draw one, like 28 days of February, and what day do you want your content day? And then knock that out. So maybe you do work full time, you have kids, like set yourself some time aside to do the content. And I know for Amy that doing consistently reels and TikToks has just changed up so much for her business and opened the doors to ask for even more customers and distributors. And so I know that you're great at like scripts and doing some things. So I'll have you pop those some of the scripts and what you do in the chat so you guys watch here in a second. When I get done talking with her, I'll have her do that. But I know before we jump into that, could you just give us an average? You're pretty, I feel like you have a lot of like green, like Joel in you, like you're just a numbers, like when you decide you do it and you just do it so consistently amazing. So I'm like, she's a robot and you're not. Like, I know you're human, but I joke a little bit because I'm like, she's just like fire. Like it's so robotic. Like she's the computer in doing it. But how many posts would you just say? And you guys, this is an average, so something that works for you. But when I see somebody have success, I want to know what is their numbers? What are they doing? So if you're doing TikToks and Reels, tell me how many of those are you doing daily?
So
Consistently, not the last 2 months.
so I do one a day. I know other people do 3 times a day. But as of now, like I do one a day and I still have like I have a lot of potentials even from doing it one a day. Like you have to be consistent doing TikToks and also Reels because one video like will just explode. Like some of them you won't get any viewers or you won't get any likes, but one of them like you will. Like I randomly got like 12,000 views on this one reel and I was talking to 30 potential distributors just from that reel. It's just so crazy. Like you have to be consistent doing it.
Mhm. So great, you guys. It's not overwhelming. Just start somewhere, one a day. So commit to yourself to do that. And what's happening is she's leading them back to her social media, to her platform that she's strong in. Instagram is a really strong sweet spot for Amy. So she can get those people over to where she can just be that robot and get mass messages out. That's where you're going to have success. So where do you feel strong? And I know you do host a post. So is that something that you feel like has really worked for you, is or putting polls on your story? How do you think you've gotten some of these customers and distributors?
For host to post, definitely like we talked about, but for host to post, I would say get up at least 10 a day. So like that's your number, at least 10 a day. Like I said, some days you won't get any comments, some days you will. And then another great tip too is if you're looking to grow your network, give people the giveaway host to post because a bunch of people are going to comment on that. And like if you really want to be specific, the person who is hosting a post for you, look at where they live, and if you want to market yourself there, then you can give them a giveaway host to post. Like I gave someone a host to post or giveaway host to post from Tennessee, and I got like over 100 comments. So like that right there, I'm building my network in Tennessee where I never did before. So
Mhm.
I would say at least 10 host to post, and then whenever they are done posting for you, offer them the business opportunity. So like right now, obviously we still have those codes $39. So you want to offer literally every single person to become your distributor. Like, hey, like have you ever thought about doing this business? And after this, I'll post like all the scripts in the chat so you guys can copy and paste it. But ask them like, hey, no biggie, like no pressure at all. But like, have you ever heard about making an extra income from social media? And like some people don't even think to like, oh wow, like I can really do this. Like people don't even think about it. And even like if you're giving someone a product host to post, you can also get them interested in the product too. Like, oh, like I can take 2 pills and or 2 gummies and lose belly fat. Like, yeah, of course I would. So like it gets people thinking too. So it's great.
Yeah. So you guys, I know some of you are like, TikTok, Reels. Don't even feel like overwhelmed. Maybe you're like, I'm going to start with Facebook and Instagram and start getting the host to post up. So the thing that she's doing is she's asking. So there's multiple ways that you can do that, is growing your network, being consistent on your personal product use. Like, are you putting it in your story daily? And I know that Amy loves her keto coffee, her skinny coffee. Like she does this daily. Like I just know that she does it. So are you consistent with that? Maybe you're new. You've got to start being consistent somewhere because people need to see that. They want to start believing that you're really utilizing the product. So make sure that you're having the mix in there, but also sharing your life. Then you're going to go back and do these people that are watching your stories if you need to, and do ask the host to post. One of the things that I know that's really worked well, if you guys didn't catch this with Amy, is she may have things up, but she's always going back to ask them, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? So maybe you're new, maybe you're like, gosh, I haven't had, a huge success, a huge blow up. You can reach out to people on your friends list, you guys. You can go into people that are watching your stories. It's in your hands on how many messages you want to get out. Are you giving the giveaway post up? Do you need to grow your network like that? So make sure that you are doing that, because Amy decided, and she's enrolling machine. Like it's just happening. And it's really something when it starts to happen, you feel so confident, right? Amy, you're like, oh, okay. Like, why wouldn't I offer the business to them? What was holding me back before? So you guys, the same thing when it goes to 99, you offer the business. You always offer the business because you never know who's looking or who's like, you know what? Like for me, I'm always like, well, you could always get great results and make money doing this. Worst case scenario is you can get the product at my cost, at the cost that you're doing as a distributor. So I don't ever want to leave them out of an opportunity because they could lead you to someone and that could just change your business completely. So, Amy, if you're messaging them, what is that that you're messaging them? So you've created some conversation, or maybe you're just asking somebody, hey, I'm doing a giveaway this month. Would you mind putting up a host to post for me and I can enter you into our giveaway? What would that look like for you?
Like what host post am I giving them?
Well, you can share ones that you do. I know you probably rotate. So yeah, what host of posts do you seem to get the most traction? Like product posts?
For a product post, I mostly do product posts because now, like, I'm trying different ways. Like, so if you're new in this business, you're gonna like know that you're gonna try different things to work what's best for you. So you're gonna do trial and error basically. So for product host to post, I do the TFXX and I also do the slimming gummies. I feel like I get a lot of interaction doing that, and then after that, whenever they host post for me, like I said, I ask them if they want to become a distributor. So those are the
Mhm.
two, and I'll drop that in the chat too later.
Yeah, you guys, I think this is important to know is, sometimes we're so focused like, oh my gosh, I got to get all these distributors, it's $39. If you're leading with a customer, always go back and follow suit with a distributor because it's $39 and they can add product to their kit. So that's another great way that we can actually add product to their kit and you're getting some business volume, some sales, even as they're ordering as a distributor. So I'm going to have you do that. She's going to answer back and forth in there. So one last thing is um, if you could share like your top tips, like what has made you become this customer distributor gathering machine? Was there something that you feel like maybe you were lacking in something and you just decided? Was it a mindset shift? Was it, okay, I'm doing this? What do you think had the most impact?
I think for me is just literally just making that decision. Like you just have to make that decision that you want to sign up 50 customers this month or you want to sign up 20 distributors this month. You have to make that decision. And then if you say that, I'm not signing up low customers or I'm not signing up distributors, you aren't going to sign up customers or distributors because you're putting it out there that you're not enrolling them. So you're not going to enroll them. So you have to literally say to yourself, I'm an LC and I'm a DT signing machine and I can do this. Like, and say whatever your goal is. Like, I am diamond, I am triple, I am presidential diamond, like whatever it is, like you have to put it out there because if you like let the devil get to your head and let him say like, oh, you're not signing up customers, like you can't do this. Like, no, like don't let him do that to you. So it's just like a mindset thing. And obviously like just being around the fire because like talking to people who are enrolling like a lot. Like I'm not saying don't talk to people who don't enroll, but I'm saying like talk to people who are enrolling because that's gonna like put that fire and that momentum in you, and it's gonna make you keep going. Like, okay, I have to sign up a distributor today. That person signed up a little customer. I have to sign up a little customer. Kind of like an accountability and like try to get in like those group chats like with the people on your team or like your sideline sisters like to get in that group chat because we have one and like everyone's like, oh, new LC, new DT, and like it makes me want to sign up all these customers and distributors too. So it's just great to like just stay around people who are enrolling and who really want this and who have big dreams and goals like you.
Yeah. You guys, that's so, so key. So I think sometimes we think there's like, okay, there's this magic button or something, but it really lies in you. So you've decided to do this business. You are literally holding on to that $1 million lottery ticket. You just have to go cash it in. And what that means is you start talking to people, you're consistent, you speak life over your business, and maybe that's different for you. Maybe you've never had that or never had somebody believe in you. And I think that's the best thing about this company is we believe in you. We will speak that over you until you feel that and until you're like, I believe this, I'm doing it. And you start speaking that to your sidelines, to your team, and you go for it. And if you're feeling down, like Amy said, you stay close to that fire, you guys, because It is so crucial in this business. It's crucial in life. You know, I want the right people around me that are going to pull me up when I'm in a funk or I'm not feeling my best, but they see something great in me. So make sure that you do that and you start creating that environment that you want and create your success. But one of the things that you can do is you can ask as many people as you want. I think sometimes people think, oh gosh, they get this bad rap of people are asking. But I was one of those people that wish somebody would have asked me about the business way before I found it. And so there are people out there that could be a game changer for not only your business, but for their life and everything. And so don't be afraid to ask, because you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You're going to get no's. You're going to get people that think you're crazy. You're going to get people that block you. They do not pay your bills. I want you to understand that there is a group of people in this, you know, on this Zoom, always around you that are cheering you on and believing you. You listen to those people, and we're going to give you the scripts. Well, Amy's going to give you the scripts because I know she's so amazing at that. But you guys, Amy is just, she just works, and no wonder she has the success she does. She makes it seem so easy, right? Just, well, this is what you do and this is how you do it. And it's not overcomplicating things. It's not looking left and right. It's learning from those people that, okay, well, they're the fire. I want to learn from them. I'm going to do the work. And now you created that fire, and then your team can follow suit. So you guys, give Amy some love. Do you guys want her to drop her scripts and how she closes in the chats? If you do, drop her a 1, because I think you all are going to want this. Usually like, what's the script? I need to know, like, what's the magic? So Amy, they love you. I know that they want to see you do that. So I just appreciate you. I know that you're going for huge things in 2021. I can see it. The fire is burning bright, and I just love having you on. So thank you for sharing. I'll have you go in there, and I may pull you back on just to close us out with one more little thing. All right. Eileen, are you on? Can you unmute?
Yes, I'm on.
I was gonna say, come on, Eileen. Like I should have had that music intro to you. So, all right, everybody, this is Eileen. I'm gonna let her introduce herself a little bit, and then I'm gonna get right into it because hers is a little bit different. But I think it's so important to hear. There's so many different ways to do this business, and this one will kind of blow your mind because it's just going to give you one more way that you can have success with this business. So Eileen, tell everybody a little bit about who you are.
All right, I'm Eileen Gonzalez. I am from Bakersfield, California. I joined this business 3 years ago. So I actually came back to the business 3 years ago. I was with It Works 5 years ago, and I left and then did another MLM, and then left that and then came back to It Works. And this year is actually going to be my 1 year that I have actually been officially retired from real estate. I was able to quit my job thanks to It Works. I'm super excited because I was in real estate for pretty much 17 years, guys. And I was 18, I believe, when I first started doing real estate. So it was super exciting to finally build this business from the ground up, and to be able to work it, especially as a full-time property manager, a mom of 3, a soccer mom, a club soccer coach, a high school soccer coach. So, I was extremely busy, but still able to work the business. And that's one thing that I do love, is that this business has been able to provide so many blessings, not only for me, for my team, and for my family as well.
You guys, I just love that. Don't ever count somebody out if they left the business. There's always sometimes, maybe they didn't have that belief. Maybe they needed to see that to come back. We don't know the situation, but I know that we're here and we're going to pour everything we have into you. And it's a story. So if that's you, if you came back, you have a story that's different than my story. And it's important to share all avenues of the stories of, you can relate to other people that maybe have left, but they want to come back. And they're so glad that you shared your story. So make sure you guys know that you are important no matter where you're at in the business. And if maybe you've been in for a long time and now all of a sudden you're starting to just rise up the ranks. So many, many stories of just huge success that I love. So you got to be in the game though to have the story. So you all are definitely in that. I'm excited because Eileen, I know when you were on fire, you're on fire. And so she's like, okay, I'm doing this. But what always seems to blow me away is I'm going to actually go to this question first because you guys are going to love this question because a lot of you will say this to me. Let me switch to my page to Eileen. I got notes for these girls because I know them. I know them well, but I didn't want to forget. So this is me being that stuck distributor. So maybe this is you if you're watching this Zoom. So I'm feeling stuck. No one's seeing my stuff. I'm asking, I'm doing the things, but there's no response. So how would you help that person break through and maybe break the algorithm? Usually when people are doing the work, there's a little tweak that needs to be happening. And I feel like you're so good at breaking the algorithm. So explain to them first too, like what's an algorithm and can you help us to do that?
Yes, definitely for sure. Because I feel like I am the algorithm queen. Just because if I feel like if something's not working for me, I have to find a reason why it's not working for me. And I go do my research. Like I am in Pinterest, I am on Google, I am on YouTube. I am finding every way how to break my algorithm. So what your algorithm is basically, it's kind of like TikTok. Facebook categorizes you and they kind of just like put you on like on the back burner of who sees your post. And sometimes, say if you're like me, I have 4,500 friends on Facebook. Not all 4,500 friends of my friends are seeing my stuff. So I try to find different ways to try to boost that, to try to get at least 40% of those people viewing my stuff. As far as if you're stuck, trust me, I've been there. I've been there many, many times. And it happens. Sometimes Facebook gets you out of the algorithm and people are seeing your stuff and then you're back in it again. Okay. Sometimes you just have to just try to figure it out. And if it's not working for you, then go back and see why it's not working for you. And if you're so OCD like me, I like to post stuff. And if I don't see any interactions on that, I'm hiding that post. And then I'm going to go do what I need to do. It's like comment on stories, comment on my friends list, wishing happy birthdays. Your KPIs comes in that category. If you're not doing your KPIs, then you're not really doing your business, to be honest. I really didn't know about KPIs, to be honest, until I went triple. And I actually, Marisa's on here, and Marisa's like, hey, did you do your KPIs when you went triple? I was like, what's a KPI? And she's like, you don't know what a KPI is? Like, no, what is a KPI? I did the Eileen's list, and my team did it. Like, we did what we did to get where we needed to. And that's what helped us break our algorithm. I'm just very hands-on. So like I tell my team, okay, if it's not working for you, let's see what's going on. I try to just get in there and I kind of just like get in their Facebook and be like, okay, this is why you need to clean this up. You need to like make this look a little bit more presentable. Your stories are very big. So like for me, to get people to interact more, I'm just very raw. So a lot of people know if you watch my stories and if you watch my Facebooks and if you watch my TikToks, the number one person that drives me crazy or the number one thing that drives me crazy right now, it's my dog Coda. So a lot of people relate to that. We even go into public and people are like, oh my God, your dog's just so crazy, but I love your stories. You know, that's the kind of stuff you need to create interaction. People need to see your stories. They need to laugh. They need to be happy. You know, we're in a pandemic, guys. Like pandemic is like very depressing. I went through depression very bad. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff. I struggle mentally sometimes, you know, I have anxiety, I have depression, and I'm raw about that. I put that on social media. So a lot of people are relatable to that. So when you are just so raw with people, people love that. So in December, I actually went in a horrible funk, guys. And I think everybody can relate. Everybody gets in their funks and it's like so hard to get out of, right? So in December, I went in a horrible funk and actually got COVID. It was like the worst thing ever. It's like, really? Why now, of all things? So that was actually my slow month. But I was like, I need volume. I need to get things up. So I actually had sent a message out through Connect to get volume up. And the crazy thing, I did not even expect this. And it was just from me being so real and raw on Facebook. Every person that wrote back to me was like, oh my God, how are you doing? Like, are you recovering from COVID? I seen your post. Like every person that responded back, that's all they responded with. And that just goes to show people are seeing your stories, people are seeing your posts. So if you are doing your interactions on your stories and interactions on your posts, this is what's going to help people see your stuff.
Yeah, you guys, some of the things that she said, and it's the KPIs. And if you don't know what a KPI is, you can always go back through. Again, go to your team page, go do that. This is just more specific on how we're gathering customers and distributors. But one of the things that I know that you need to do is you need to, what she's talking about is interact. So not just putting up a post and not just putting up a story, because you can do those and not have good interaction. Are you using hashtags? Are you doing a location? Like, how are some of those things that you can get it out to the people that you want to be to? So, the more that you can lean into that, the farther out that your demographic's going to be, and it opens up more network for you. I know videos always bring in things for me. So I know some of the things that works for me on my stories is if I break my story, it opens up the door. It's almost like Facebook's like, oh, we want you back. And so then they'll shoot out my story even more so. So I'll start it with a video, kind of get people in because of course they want to see it, and then put in my sprinkles of it works throughout the story. So those are some of the tricks that seem to work. But she said something early on, if you guys noticed, she Googled it. We have everything at our hands. If you want something bad enough, you're going to find what you're looking for. And if you don't want it, you're going to find what you're looking for too. Like, oh, this isn't working, I might as well quit. So there's two ways to look at that. And Amy had a decision of, I'm going to be a mass enroller. I'm going to be a mass enroller. I am worth this. I'm going here. And so those are the mindsets that we're going to talk about is you are a LC recruiting machine, and it takes a step to get back in. You may fall, but you get the choice. You get to get back in and get back moving. I think sometimes we forget that even sending out a message of gratitude to somebody can shift the way that you think, can get you back into the, okay, I'm going to send out one more message because I just sent out 10 people a thank you, and just like, hey, your posts are always so positive. Thank you. Especially right now during this time of COVID. Like, I just wanted to say, I appreciate you for that. So sometimes it's not always about business, but just changing things up a little bit. And birthdays, going through that. There's one thing that I know that really helped me, Eileen, and it was going through and unfriending people that didn't have an active account. And that's something that you could do weekly, monthly, whatever you want to do into your changing up your algorithm. But can you give a quick rundown on that? And then I'm going to get back into how you're enrolling customers, because you guys will be like, what the heck?
Yeah, so if you go into your Facebook friends list, and you're going to be really surprised and shocked how many people that Facebook doesn't remove from your friends list, guys. This is taking up space. It's taking up stuff for some reason. There's some kind of like tweak in the system that it ruins your algorithm. So if you go on your friends list, and if you go scrolling down your friends list, you're going to see profiles with no pictures on it. And then you're going to click it actually. And then it's going to tell you this person has an inactive Facebook. You can either unfriend them or remain friends with them until they reenact their Facebook again. No, you want to go unfriend them. You want to create that space. So you're going to go through your list and you're going to do it. If you have 50 billion friends like me on Facebook, it's horrible. It's going to take you a while, but do it. Trust me. It's just, you're going to see a big difference in your business and people commenting that you've never seen comments before. And I'm like, where did this person come from? But it just cleans up. It's really game changing if you go do that.
Yeah. And you guys, when I did this, I remember that first time that I heard this, I was like, what the heck? Sometimes we need to be reminded and like freshen things up. But you may scroll. So I was like scrolling. I was like, okay, I don't see anything. And then all of a sudden there was no face. I was like, this is what she's talking about. So don't just scroll a little bit. Sometimes you got to scroll. And if you have 5,000 friends, you may need to scroll a lot. But it can go pretty fast because you're just looking for no face. And you'll see it. As soon as you see that, you're good to go, and make sure that you do that. So that was one of my favorite tips that I ever had on breaking my algorithm. It completely changed a lot of things. And then it just got other people to see my stuff. So Facebook, we got you. So that was just one of the things. And then on Instagram, what would you say on Instagram on kind of breaking the algorithm for that? And then I keep saying, and then we'll get to this, but I feel like you just have good things, tips. So give it to us.
I actually recently did research on this one because I kind of had hit like a plateau on Instagram, and I was getting so frustrated because I was stuck at this number, and I was like, I need to try to like boost it and reach it, try to get more. So now when you guys post, you guys got to make sure your Instagram is public. This is how you're going to get more people to friend you as well. When you guys are posting stories, make sure you're making it cute. You go to TikTok as well. There's tons of Instagram influencers that teach you how to make your stories super cute. And this is what I learned as well. You go to Pinterest as well. There's tons of tips that way. But if you go and you shrink your picture, put a bunch of hashtags behind the picture, make the picture big again, those hashtags are actually going to create more views, and it's actually going to put you in that Explorer, you know, that little search magnifying thing. It's going to put you in there, and you're going to see, like, sometimes I'll see Laura, I'll see Amanda, I'll see Amy pop up in there, and it's just the hashtag, guys. You got to hide those hashtags in your stories, and you're going to see your views. When I got COVID, I think I hashtag COVID, and the most views, it was like the most views I ever gotten was 3,500 on my stories, guys. And after that, I went and did product posts right after that.
Yeah, I noticed that too with COVID. I was like, oh, the government wants us to see that word. Look at that. Like, what do they want to put out there? So I don't know. Maybe that's a good poll question. Have you had COVID? Like, you know, like, and hashtag that. I want to rewind her real quick. This was something, because I was like, how are people hashtagging and not just having it? Because you can only like hashtag like, and it just all over your picture. So shrink that picture. So tap on it, shrink your photo in that story, and then you're hashtagging. Is there a trick to do multiples, or can you just hashtag a bunch?
You can hashtag a bunch. If you do it, like if you're typing like the words, just hashtag it. That's another way to do it as well. Another way is adding the location and hiding the locations as well. You scroll all the way down, it hides it. You could tuck it in the corner. You could do a lot of things, guys. You just got to do your research. Interaction polls are big. Like I did one, like, okay, to see how like my followers, how really well they know me and watch me. I did one like, okay, tell me how well you know me. And I did a bunch of like polls. Okay, is my favorite thing tacos or pizza? And if you know me, I post a lot about tacos. And who drives me crazy, my kids or my dogs? Like, so that's what the kind of things you want to do, is to see who's actually really watching your stories. You want to do polls. Switch it up. You go to Instagram. I mean, not Instagram. Pinterest again. It's my best friend. Yeah, there's tons of different kind of interaction polls on there as well that will help you.
Yeah. So she just gave you a ton of homework to do, you guys. So multiple ways on how we're going to kind of switch up your algorithms. And now you're going to be able to go and do host to post, get more people interacting so that people can see when you're having people share for you on how you can get these customers and distributors. So Amy talked a little bit more about host to post, but you enrolled quite a few customers without host to post. So tell us what were you doing? Eileen, give it to us. Like, I need to know all the details. Were you a product of the product? Were you stories? Like, we need the details.
Yeah, so I did enroll a lot of customers last month, and I did not do host to post, guys. I love host to post. Me and host to post have a love and hate relationship. We when I went triple, I did host to post like no other. But this last month we actually had over 7 promotions, and it was without host to post. We took it very personal with our tribe, and we did a push group. Overall, with our push group, I basically said, who is serious? Who wants to work? You have to do exactly what I do in order to be a mass enroller like I am. And everybody's like, I am in. Let's do it. And we linked arm in arm, and we had over 300 enrollments within our team of LCs, which is really good. Me personally, I had almost 45 LCs alone without host to post. That's just people just messaged me on stories, on posts, in my messenger, referrals. I had my LCs, when they get their products, I had them tag me, put it in your story, tag me, be excited about it. I had people share on my Facebook, receive my products. And I'm like, yes, keep telling me that, keep being excited. When I went live, since I'm so personal with my customers, they basically tell me their whole stories. I had a customer, I enrolled one customer one time. I was 45 minutes on the phone with her. I enrolled her. I got her with the pick 3, but I enrolled her and she told me her whole life story. But it's just being personable with your customers, giving them that great customer service, and they're going to remember that. So then, like for me, it's all about reputation. So when you're good to them, they're going to be good to you on your social media. So when you go live or you're posting something, they're going to jump on. So but on my live, I went live last week, and I hate lives, guys. And I went live, and my customers were just, oh my God, I love the gummies. Oh, my package came in. I'm ready to try this. I want to try that. Oh, I'm going to switch my shipment to this. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Like I've never had my customers in my live feeds before. And that's what really helped. Last month, on the last day of the month, I could literally not keep up with the messages coming in. And thank you, Jesus. But it was just, they were kept rolling in. I was like, I'm going crazy. Like we did a power hour till like the last minute on the last day of the month. And I probably did not shower or comb my hair or change. I was probably still in my pajamas just from like just sitting there. And I sat by the wall. I was connected my phone to the charger, just enrolling people. And what we did
you got to give us a little more detail, Eileen.
Okay.
Speak to me like I have no idea. I know what you're doing, but knowing they're like, okay, you're enrolling, but how? Where did you start? Is it because you're showing your before and after pictures? Are you being consistent in your story? How are you doing the customers? Does that make sense?
Yes, consistency is a big key for sure. So stories are very big. I started doing more videos, me making products, taking the products, talking about the products, going live. If you're not comfortable with going live, then record a video. At least you could redo it until you're ready and comfortable to post it. As well as posting a picture of yourself holding a product, taking the product. I posted myself in a sports bra, which I probably would have never done. And I did it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm finally feeling confident. I'm feeling good about my body, especially with always struggling with my weight after having 3 kids. This product is like literally helping. You guys want to get your hands on it. And it's just stuff like that. Not being so scripty as well has really helped. Just being like, look, this is what we have. This is the deals we have. You want to get it now before we sell out. Putting posts up that would generate more than, for me, I feel like my posts have to hit a good maybe 15 to 20 comments on it, because when people see like, oh, she wants the product, okay, I want in on this. You want to create interaction on your post. If I feel like it's not hitting, I'll go hide it, and I need to do something like an interaction post to get people to view. We recently did a Starbucks giveaway, and my post generated 1,800 comments on it. And Facebook had notified me, you have over 200 friends commenting on this post. And I was like, what the heck? This is so good. And I actually had posted a giveaway post at the beginning of this month, and it only generated 28 comments. So then I was like, okay, I think it's time to try and figure out, again, this algorithm and try to clean up my friends list and do everything I need to do to get where I need to be. So then I did that. Starbucks post generated, and then posted a giveaway post for host a post. And I have almost I want to say over 250 comments. I'm not exact, but that is the most comments I have ever gotten on a host to post giveaway post. And so clearly what I'm doing is working. So that's what I tell my team. It's working, guys. You need to go do X, Y, and Z and just watch. I had a girl, I told her, let me hack into your Facebook. Let me get in your Facebook and see where you're struggling at. So then I got into her Facebook, And I was just like adding people, cleaning up her friends list, adding people, cleaning up her friends list, adding people. I was like, she's like, what do I do? I go, don't worry, I got you. And she has been enrolling like crazy. And it's Shannon. Shannon just went diamond last month. She actually double promoted, which is really good. And it's getting to a point where our team is like, you see them just like new LC, new LC, new DT, new DT. And it's like, guys, it's working. You just have to do the work and not just be lazy like I was.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys this. Actually, I was gonna type it because I thought you were gonna keep talking. The Starbucks post that she's talking about, this was crazy to me, is the last person to say happy before I say Friday wins a Starbucks on me. No limit on comments. And it was in a color block. And I was like, I'm going to tell you guys something. I almost deleted that. When I did it, I was like, really? Do people really want a Starbucks? Like, me to buy them a Starbucks? Basically, if you have $5, all you're going to do is send them through Facebook, PayPal, whatever, $5 to go buy a Starbucks. But what it did, I second guessed myself, and this is just being real because I think we can all come into this thinking, oh my gosh, we don't know a post or something that can blow up for us. And I posted it and I was like, nobody's clicking on it. I was thinking immediately like it was just going to go like crazy, something. And so I went to delete it. And then there was a comment. And I'm like, okay, God, I guess I'll keep it up and just leave it. And the thing went like crazy and it changed algorithms for other people to scroll through my Facebook. And so that's some of the stuff that Eileen's doing is if she's got something like that and they're commenting on that, that person may go look at Eileen's page, look into her stories and see what is she about? Is she talking about, sharing her life and all? I know she loves tacos. It's probably Taco Tuesday every day in her house. And so she's got something like that in her story and, and her crazy dog and her she shed and like, she draws you in, but then she's got her product and why and the results she's had. And then, oh my gosh, look at the text that I got back from my customer that got it. So these people that just commented on Starbucks are now looking at Eileen's page because that's what we do as humans. We want to know everybody's business, don't we? And so that's kind of the game, as you will. Like, how can we get more people to do that? It's not, I don't want to even say it's trickery or it's a game. It's beating the algorithm so more people see what you're about. And that's what we have to get good at is not only doing that, but then when she kicks post to post in on that, she's going to double those amounts. So I'm sticking the fork in her like, you can do both. You need to show up bigger. So those are the things that, how bad do you want the things? You heard her when she was going for triple, she did all of the things. And so there's a lot of you where there's emerald on the line this month. There's diamond on the line. There's double on the line. There's your team that are going for it. And so you need to show up big and you need to go after those. And so these are some of the great things I think when combined that is just like a bomb for you guys. You should explode with customers and distributors because you learned a little bit of how Amy does with host to post. She's not afraid to message and do that. And then Eileen on, how can we break that algorithm to get other people instead of your same 5 people seeing your Facebook? So I think, one of the tricks that I did, I don't know if you did this, Eileen, but I saw some people go crazy commenting on Starbucks. So I immediately was like, well, we sell coffee. Well, that's what we do. We have skinny coffee and keto coffee. And I'm like, if they love coffee, they should do this business with me. So I reached out to them and I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about making extra money? We have this amazing coffee and it's like coffee with a purpose. And you can actually make money with it. I see that you love Starbucks. Have you ever thought about it? So stuff like that you can constantly be doing. And I know in team pages, again, interaction posts, you can Google all that. So kind of make notes of these things while you guys are going out and getting those customers and distributors. Did you ever have, like, I know this, so you've had slow days, you've had funks. I think the thing is we all do, guys. And it's a matter of getting out of our own way and going, I got a choice. I get to either decide that I'm going to step back into the game and get back in. And Eileen's a coach. So she sometimes needs that tough love too herself to like, no, I know what you can do and you can get back into the game and go full force or find that like marathon like run. Like I feel like I know my stride, you guys. I've been doing this 11 years. So I'm like a marathoner. Like there's certain times where you speed up, but I'm going to keep on going. So where is that you're going to find that when you're doing this business? But it's some days aren't all rainbows and unicorns. And then other days you're like, I have no idea. It's from all of that work that I had just put in because I took the time to look back and go, how can I change it? What can I do to get those things in there? So Eileen, was there anything else when you're getting those customers? Do you have any scripts or post ideas that you can share in the comments before I tell them how to copy it? Or did you not do that tonight? I didn't really ask you to. I just asked Amy.
Yeah, I did. I did send some scripts. I do when I'm posting, whether the gummies or whatever it is, I'm looking for 10 product testers to lose a certain amount of weight a month. Who want to do it? I automatically dive in with the trail pack, guys, nothing less. Every LC that I did sign last month was with the trail pack. I probably just signed maybe 1 or 2 with just gummies, or pick 2, but I always dive in automatically with the trail pack. If you present the trail pack, everybody's always asks, what's the trail pack? And then you go into explaining what it is. Then they automatically ask, okay, well, how much is it? I do tell them it's normally $39 to $49, just depending on what product you want to get started off with in the trail pack. But if for the sale that we have going on today, I like to say today, like today, they need to buy this product today. But for the sale we have going on today, it's $29 for each of this product in the trail package. Do you want to take advantage of the sale today? And they say, yes, I do. I have them text me immediately. The shopping link now in your Connect app is my best friend. That's the only way. I no longer send them my website. I automatically always have them text me. This is how I also filter out my messages in my messenger, because if I already have the last message of, okay, text me, then I know they must have texted me already. And then I go look for them in eSuite. That's how I know how to follow up with this person if they never texted me. And then I look, okay, they never signed up as an LC. Boom, now I can follow up with that person because they never texted me back. And then once they text me, I send them that shopping link. I tell them, okay, here you go. I already created the shopping cart for you. Just let me know when you're at the part where it asks for a promo code. I have a special code for you. It's going to drop the price down and it's going to waive the $50 enrollment fee. And then I give them my loyal customer script that I have, and boom, instant LC within 2 minutes.
You guys, sometimes they're just so quick and easy. So if you can learn that Connect app, like dig into that and how you can create the shopping cart, make sure you don't change up your website too. We learned a little bit about that. Make sure that you have that shopping cart though, and you can go ahead and send that to them. It will be your life's changer. So if you're like, holy cow, this was a lot of information. I know I'm seeing it. It was a lot of good notes and stuff that you guys can apply. Don't hold this. We don't want to keep anything from you. We want you guys to have mass success. That's why I know I love bringing on these girls, because they're willing to share, because they live in an abundance mindset, and it's just all going to come back to them tenfold. So if you have something and it's working, share it. One of the things that I want you guys to do is there's a lot of scripts that these girls are going to be putting up and Amy has in the chat, and Eileen's doing it right now. So you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get all these? If you're on the computer, you can scroll all the way down into your chat, and you're going to see where it says in the blue, like mine is, to everyone, there's file, and then there's 3 little dots. Click on those 3 little dots, and then you can save the chat. You see that? Or you can save the chat. So now it'll save it to your desktop or your laptop, and then you guys can go back through and copy all of these notes that they had. So you guys killed it tonight. I knew that you would, but I think that, we've shared so much of like raising your standard. How do you be successful? Follow the leaders. And I think if you guys are going for it, there's so many. I actually know you guys are going to make it happen, and going emerald and diamond and double and all the way up is applying all of the things, whether that's host to post, the TikToks, the reels, being like Eileen said, and posting all of these things and just sharing what she's doing, getting customers to write reviews. Maybe it's distributors in your team pages that you need that they can write reviews and get some conversations going back and forth. So band together, even if it's 10 people and you're like, I want 10 comments. Eileen said that 15 marker. If there's 15 people that commented, I want it, me. Those people that aren't necessarily friends with our distributors don't know that they're distributors. So how can you guys just get more interaction? And those are some of the things that I know that they're doing. So if you're like, oh, Steph doesn't post a whole lot, it's because there's a whole lot of ways that you can do this business, and having other people do the host to post, following up, reaching out, cleaning through, doing giveaways. So there's a lot of gold nuggets that were shared on this Zoom tonight. So we hit it right at 1 hour, girls. So I'm super proud of us. We got a lot of information in. Before we close that, you guys, was this a good Zoom? Did you guys like this Zoom? Let me see. If you want more, say more. Not tonight, but more more of these Zooms. Like, we need to know that we're giving you the right information that you can go out and just crush this business. So I appreciate you guys. And then one last thing before we close it up. Amy, did you have any like last minute, like, oh, I forgot, I need to share this? Or are you good?
One last thing I did forget to say is whenever you're posting up like a TikTok or a reel, the action word, for some reason, if you put up comment cash below or comment money below, a lot of people like to do that for some reason. So I feel like that action step has them going. So that's something that I forgot to say.
So have them say that or don't say that.
Have them say well, yes, have them say money or cash. Like, I'll put in the video comment cash for more information, and then they'll drop cash, 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 and they'll see a bunch of people comment it. And then, yeah, I think that's like a really good action step for your potentials to do.
Yeah. So always have a action, call to action in some of your postings when you're doing that, just so people do follow suit and they can do that. Eileen, did you have any last minute, like, got to do this?
Yes. One main important thing that has been really big for us, especially me, because I struggled mentally, and and we all have our slow months, guys. We all struggle, and we all like, okay, God, just give me a sign. You guys feel like you guys are just really struggling, just take a Sabbath, guys. This has been really big for me. I never really took a Sabbath, and I really didn't even know what a Sabbath was. And I wasn't really like much of, I guess you could say, a godly person or into like church. And as much as my mom pushed me to go to church, I never really did it. I recently started doing it, guys, and I have seen a big difference in my business alone. When you take time to worship and pray and dedicate your time to God, you really do see a big difference mentally wise, emotionally wise, and business wise, and you learn how to be a better leader for your team as well. So that's one thing that has been very big for us and has been very heavy on my heart to say, is that when you change your mindset and you dedicate your time to that, you will see a big difference in your business.
Yeah, I love that. They're Eileen's crazy dogs that she was talking about in the background. So anyway, you guys have an amazing Monday. I love connecting with you guys every Monday night just to set our week off strong and on fire. And I know that we're going to go out and change so many lives this week and continue through the month of February. I will see you guys again next Monday, where we'll bring some more heat for you and close out even more customers and distributors, and keep watching you guys just rise on up to the top. So I love you all. Have an amazing, amazing week. We'll see you next week.